So when you want to
I
say
really don't see
you
that.
have
I don't see
girlfriends, you call on a daily. That's what.
No.
They are not. He's saying they're just
But I'm
friends.
saying that some gestures we do, just good gestures, which can easily be misconceived.
And there's no
And now- So now there was this thing recently I saw, was it in the Monitor? How many university students.
Sex for what?
No,
Was it for
actually,
marks, for votes?
Yeah,
Sex
it's
for
not
votes.
for,
Yeah,
it's not for
for
marks.
votes.
It's sex for votes.
Uh-huh.
You know, we're entering the campaign period,
Yeah.
and yeah,
I think that
For
was now
university, yeah.
that's if it's like a story or what it was from the previous.
Yeah, from the previous campaign.
Mhm.
Not actually one campaign, from the previous campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
It has always
How the
happened.
trend has been happening.
As in,
And here they were.
Who are the victims, men or the females?
The victims are both men and female.
as in how does it happen?
I trying to say.
let me elaborate. And the victims are not just any normal university students when it comes to sex for votes.
Mm.
It is the students who are contesting.
Mm.
Yeah, like people want to be voted. You know, obviously during campaigns you go from one person to another, from one hall, from one class to another. So some people allege
Mm.
that some of the electorate, the voters, will ask for sex in return for their vote. Some actually,
It's really interesting.
yeah, actually, one lady who was interviewed
Mm.
said that they would ask for sex and money.
Mm.
Then
Both.
some would ask for both.
Jesus Christ.
Really?
Some would ask for one.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know what you
Yeah,
people think about this.
I really don't understand. And also, when you say that both the men both the men and the women are victims, it goes beyond my, I suppose. Okay, yeah, anyone can be a victim, but then also I think that it is so hard for someone to assume. I mean, we are all students. We all know how this is. Yes, someone can be attracted to you and they want to maybe take advantage of you because you. But then, even if they make that offer as an intending leader, would that take you? Because first of all, I don't think if a person is going to tell you that I need you to be able to get this for you to get the votes,
Yeah,
you will think of it. This is one vote.
I actually think.
Are you going to tell me that you'll be laying your body for one vote?
I live along that.
Mm.
There is I think it has been that all the time. People who normally contest for certain posts, even in the outside real life election, like member of parliament, are normally very ambitious.
Yeah, true.
And they will do everything in their authority
True.
to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a student, maybe I've told you I'm a best student, and I assume I actually tell you that I have a lot of influence at the school, and I can collect for you 1,000 votes. And I want I want to have sex with you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the
In order to
influential
be
people.
on the same page with you.
Influential.
Yeah.
So influencers seem to be
The influential
Okay,
students.
yeah. Well, that's really absurd, and
Yeah.
that now makes sense because I was thinking that it is
One vote.
a one vote thing. I mean, I say me, Paul. For me to vote you, come to me.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make sense. But then if
and-
it's that, and I actually think that there should be no one like that because I really doubt there's anyone. Take for instance, if we're looking at a college or constituency like law school, I doubt there's a person who. Okay, yeah. If we're to be true to ourselves, there are people that can influence, but then there's no one that can guarantee you of like 10 votes unless they're going to force people or vote for the people. And that would really be absurd.
And I actually
I
think I think that it's arising. The things of sex for votes are really arising because the quality of the leaders we are voting these days has changed.
True.
A leader is supposed to be someone of dignity.
Yeah, sure.
But these days we just have people who are just ambitious. Yeah.
They
don't
just
care
have
about-
some
Exactly.
even if it weren't for votes, they would still go
They will
down.
still do it anyway.
Actually,
I don't know what has been standing out for you. Pastors, 50K,
Yeah.
teacher.
The Twitter trends. I'm a Twitter person. So I keep following all the Twitter trends. Yeah. The teacher is the most current. Yeah, but reporting of children going back to school.
Is it about
University.
reporting? Oh, I think children are actually home. So it's more of redundancy and a lot of lack of what to do because they're here to. So that's how everything is coming up, and that's why we had that incident happen.
Yeah, and of course redundancy comes with its disadvantages. Yeah, the more kids stay at home for very long times, keep seeing the things happening at schools, students releasing those videos that go viral on Twitter.
Yeah.
But I think it's just because it's January. Like you see, it's just 31 days,
Yeah.
but it's as if 100 days.
Yeah, it's a
Like
very
a lot
long
has been
month.
happening from New Year's. We come to Jingle Saga. Then from there we come to the speaker hosting
And
Nam. And you see, I was actually on Twitter and TikTok, and there's a certain guy who was actually trying to interview these people about what is Nam, like, is it benefiting we Ugandans? And you could tell that Ugandans are just being Ugandans. Someone said, I thought Nam is a name, like a name for Nam.
True.
So I think Ugandans are just being Ugandans. And from there, we pick it from there. Then I thought, okay, we had seen it all.
yeah.
Then from nowhere, then Teacher Kato comes in. As in,
Before actually Teacher Kato, the minister comes in and tells us we have to smile.
And,
Things have been happening. A lot of things
and,
happening, and I think because of social media, of course, everything that happens gets to get out there.
Yeah.
But then quite absurd.
And before
as
actually-
teacher incident, I don't know what opinion you guys have about it. People are saying so much. People are saying everyone had a role to play: the parents, the child, the teacher. But I think no matter, regardless of whatever situation, it should be minors kind of concern.
Yeah, true.
but
It's
do you really think it was the best way to solve all this, like exposing someone on the internet? Because you see, they try to hide the face of the whatever. Okay, I agree. It's I'm not like encouraging all trying to support whatever happened, but all I'm saying, exposing someone on all these social media platforms. See, that guy has a family, and okay, it was attempt, but the thing had not happened. You see, like the guy was just trapped into, and I really believe they would have resolved it outside camera rather than bringing it on board, because
most of the things that
you're a dad, and you see this happens. I was actually reading Daily Monitor, and there was a title that sex for maths.
Yeah,
at
okay.
home.
Yeah.
So it's not a surprise in Uganda. We have had this, and no, it's not a surprise. I
Actually, on your point of the people, the man being exposed on social media, I'm a law student,
Yeah,
and we believe everyone is innocent until they're proved to be guilty.
oh,
And the media always condemns. People have
Yeah, they
already
always rush
condemned this guy. He's already guilty in the eyes of the media. Yeah.
and so already an active relationship. I mean,
Yeah, between the teacher and the student.
yeah.
True.
So it's not only the teacher to blame.
It's actually the teacher.
It all starts at home. Before you attack the neighbor, first clean your home. I mean, I'm not. It's not like I'm trying to support whatever happened, but you're exposing someone, but you're forgetting. You have a victim.
It's
Your
really
child is also a victim. She played the part in whatever happened.
Definitely, it's really unfortunate that it gets, because what I know is that these things always happen. What I know, it may not be the first person that it must not be the first person or the first incident we're having a teacher and student affair. Maybe you even had things happening in high school and all that, but then
they do.
what happened is that, of course, this one went beyond. There are things that were really unimaginable, like going into the parents' home, and that there's a lot of disrespect, and also the fact that it is in the media and everyone is getting to deliver it. And of course, things always get into the media, the public courts everywhere.
Yeah, true.
You must not forget the past where we're having the 50K incident, and someone just comes out, they go to.
Someone actually posted on, I think on Twitter. She
Yeah.
was saying that after having a date with you, I at least expect something, not even a 50K,
Oh.
but something beyond a 50K. Because see, I invest in myself. I do the makeup, the dress, and stuff. So it's as if we are in for a contractual relationship. As in,
Oh.
a man is in for
Yeah.
sex and you are in for money.
Actually,
As in-
even all that aside, I feel like women think they invest a lot in themselves, and men don't do the same for themselves.
But
Because if I'm going on a date with a lady
Mm.
and she apparently has dressed very well and invested a lot of money in herself, I do the same. I dress well,
yeah, true.
go to the gym to be in
You foot
shape.
your bills.
Yeah.
Mm.
Foot my transport bills. I also equally invest a lot in
And
myself.
I actually, me personally, I believe our first date shouldn't be me footing the bills. As in, you're coming to eat. I mean, what are you thinking?
It's always a consensus
As
thing.
in,
like-
I didn't pay your bill. I also
Yeah,
pay,
yeah,
my,
true.
pay my bill, and
Yeah.
you
But
know, just
it's always a consensus. I mean, you have to. It is everything is built on a mutual understanding. So
Yeah,
it depends
yes.
on how best you understand yourselves. And it also goes back to the things we believe in as individuals, because there are people that completely live material-based lives. I think it's a thing of the girls mostly. There are also men that live such lives, and then there are also people that live value-based lives. In that, if I look at a person as Paul, I'll be looking for their values. I want to know how honest they are, how good they are.
yeah.
And then there's another one who will, by the time they look at you, they want to see what phone you're holding, what shoe you're putting on, you see?
Yeah.
And that is how they judge you. So if you are a person that is value-based and that is the kind of beliefs you have, then you will match with the ladies who believe in values like hard work,
But I think
honesty.
when you are in that talking stage, you just lay it out clearly that I'm in for this. As in, hey, I want this, I want this, I want this. So that I can also come out and I just be like, I also want this. Like, I just want this. Plain.
Yeah. That's the problem.
No. To be open with you.
Is
If
that you think
you want
that's
something
true?
in return.
Yeah.
that we
From
should-
the beginning, you're saying from the beginning.
like we have this chat.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm here for this. You are also in here for this. You get-
Like
Like we
on that?
don't, we actually don't waste a lot of time and
Yeah, true. I actually think, obviously, when you're starting a relationship, maybe with a lady or even with a fellow friend, you know what you expect out of it. I know you're my
Yeah,
friend
yeah.
because we are academic based,
yeah,
or you
exactly.
help me financially, or we come from the same area, we share some
Yeah.
interests. So, really feel like your interests should be expressed at the beginning. Yeah, true.
Yeah, they should be
They
expressed.
should
and
be. Yeah.
More so, if as long as you express that feelings, then everything your objectives in the relationship, then you won't clash. I think it's always a clash. Most of the times, you find the person is a person that lives a life that is very oriented. They believe in hard work. They believe in authentic and honest relationships. But then they get to meet this person that doesn't believe
You
this
see,
that.
you see,
And that is where you say, you find that person making conclusion that she's a prostitute
yeah.
because the other person is living a material-based life. But then there's a boy or there's a man who actually feels that if I have my girl, I should be giving them everything. I should.
True.
I think
So when they-
I think it also goes back to us boys, like date your level. Like, as in,
Yeah.
going for your level, as in why
What
should we
level?
really
What
discuss
I mean? Are
No,
you saying
as
there are
in,
levels to
it?
this?
If she's really putting in a lot in herself, like wearing these wigs, as in she does nails every week.
Mm.
As in, if you can't afford really lunch and supper, why should you really come back?
You're
I
saying,
think
oh, Jesus
no,
Christ.
I really think you have to weigh in. Eh?
Yeah.
I
Before-
actually think. I think.
But so-
We
like
shouldn't
Paul's-
be too much confident. Eh? You see, I was actually watching this famous TikToker Kasuko, and he was saying, you can be there, man. Yeah, know about this chick, eh? Now, Kuba, and then you want to proceed, no money, and then time wasting and stuff. Have you actually ever experienced something like that? I think I've ever been in such a scenario. I saw a madam, and I really wanted to proceed, but then, man, time, money, and
Yeah.
I'm actually of the view that relationships are not supposed to be entirely based on money. Yeah,
really.
because it's not just the money you get out.
But I think money does a lot in a relationship.
Yeah.
Not like
Yes.
basically about money. But see, we are going to meet like our first dates. We need money. I mean,
True.
we have to bring something on the table. A relationship with money is always the best.
Yeah.
It's like two-way. There's when you say a relationship is basically based on money. Like you find that you're in this relationship with a person, but then when you think of meeting them, the next thing that comes to your mind is money. I don't have money,
Yeah.
so I can't
Is it-
meet them.
Yeah.
You get that?
Yeah.
And so that I think it comes due to different circumstances, but one of it is when she's more of like a parasite. Every time you're with her, you have to be spending your own money. If you think of taking her out, then of course that's like a bill for two, as compared to
I think I really hate it when they actually cheat, calls me up, or beeps me, or send me text for data over, like send me a 20k, as in you send me a 20k. It's really a turn off for me. I don't really,
It's a red flag.
Actually, my take
like
on this.
it's the same thing with transport. Like you come up and I don't have transport, as in you.
Yeah. Even had actually talked about social media and how there is a lot of exposure. I really feel like what we see on the internet, on maybe Twitter, Instagram, has really shaped how relationships these days are.
Yeah.
Because you see people who are like 20 and they're
Yeah.
going for
Very-
trips in Zanzibar, in the Bahamas. Yeah, and you feel like you should
Yeah.
You should
level
live
up
up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
top up your game to that. Yeah, and even the ladies feel like that. Even the guys. So there has been this, should I call it an uprising of the apparent stingy guys? There was a situation.
Yeah,
Stingy guys situation in Uganda, smart.
Yeah, reminded me about
Yeah.
the Tessa guy. We were talking about Tessa.
Yeah, I'm actually a great fan. Yeah.
You're a fan.
I'm a great fan. He's very good.
It's
Sometimes
interesting
it goes
sometimes, but sometimes I disagree.
beyond, and you see,
Yes.
Ishida Gashumba once hosted a party, I think, Chop live party, and I believe she's making money, like any other Ugandan, and he comes to criticize that, you see, she shouldn't be doing this. The father is really disappointed. But to my part and on my side, I believe ladies should also start working out. Like, if she can hustle, let her hustle. I mean,
The way she's doing,
and to me, it's really, it's
Actually,
okay.
I believe everyone should hustle, but I also believe there are some specific kind of hustles which we as Africans or maybe Ugandans shouldn't really be doing, because
Like,
people believe we shouldn't really care about society, but we can distance ourselves from the fact that we are human and we have cultures where we come from, and there's some specific things which are not supposed to be done in our different
but she's a
cultures.
celebrity. You have to also appreciate that.
Celebrities also have to maintain some kind of maybe public morals, because
some decorum.
they really influence a lot of people. Very many young girls out there in school will really be like, I want to be like this. Oh, I want to be like this. Yeah. Some things are not
Don't
realistic.
you really think she even inspires more?
Yeah, that is the
Regardless of
sad
whatever,
thing.
but
That's
she inspires more.
True, she does.
It's the sad part of it, and of course, to a certain extent, it's true what this guy is saying. That when you look at our traditional beliefs and what there's a minimum
Yeah, requirements.
required decorum that a
True.
person must possess, and of course, definitely she's below the bottom when it comes to that. She doesn't have it, the one that is necessary, but then.
I think that's very subjective.
The problem, it's really a subjective thing. Because
yeah.
But from there,
to
also,
her and to the people who really
also when you bring in the question of culture, talk about Justin Namere, then her dating a younger.
I think in cultures it actually used to be there. There used to be scenarios. Of course, most cultures it was abominable as a young gentleman. Why are you bringing home an old woman? They would look at it like something that shouldn't happen. But we should appreciate the fact that times have changed. People get into relationships because of different reasons and purposes. Yeah, as a senior presidential advisor dating you can't call him young because clearly you don't see his birth certificate. It
Yeah.
could be old, but the media has labeled him a young guy dating a very old woman.
But
For reasons which we don't know, but they seem to be happy.
There's this small. I know that it's really a minor person's mindset. But then I was thinking of if you're going to say that, below the age of 18, you're not supposed to go there.
Yeah.
Now, but there's a boy who's 19.
Yeah.
Yes, and you're going to tell a boy who's 19 that don't.
No, the thing is not about them not dating them. It's about them not accepting. Like, you see, she really doesn't want to accept that she's dating someone way younger.
No, she accepts. Like, she accepts
actually.
because she's married and she's posting it.
As in, she keeps on saying, my man is older than me.
No,
As in-
I don't think as she said that.
But even
Yeah,
if she said that, clearly,
Even if I for one, I think age is a number. It is a number. Like besides after 18, besides the age that is, the required age under the law for consenting and everything, the rest of the time, age is just a number. Because what's wrong if I'm attracted to an 8-year-old so an 80-year?
So I was we were actually having a jazz with a colleague with him, and this guy was really sharing a story. He says he's here at campus. He says that he shares a room with a female roommate. He says they are roommates, as in they are roommates. A male, a female. And he says she just comes in for a day, like a visit. She comes in and she stays over even the following day, and then
Of course, she does everything like a resident, a person you're living with, they get to clean up
and
all that, and they ask you like, you're just talking like that. I just don't know what kind of relationship that exists. And of course, when we heard of that story, what triggered my mind is, can we have platonic relationships just between a boy and a
Do
girl?
they
And,
really exist?
you're just related to this
Yeah.
person.
and
There's nothing
can you
sexual.
set boundaries?
Okay, now from the onset, you may call me old-fashioned or maybe rigid or conservative,
Yeah.
but I really believe this is actually more.
How?
A student who is at the university,
Mm.
the parents are expecting them to be studying. Society really knows students at university are studying.
But they still do, as in he reports to class.
Mhm.
She stays home when she doesn't have lectures. She actually cooks, she prepares,
Yeah.
and even
You
takes
see,
on the guy.
you can just
I mean,
you can just take it.
they are
like-
living their day.
You can just take it like, we have classmates who are married.
Okay.
Bro,
we have classmates who are married.
Yeah,
So
true.
maybe they are kind of like part of that. It's like
No,
you're living like a married
no.
person.
And
I don't know.
informal
I don't know whether
marriage
that's-
arrangement.
I don't know whether there's.
No. So
But
are
my
you
thing
guys
is-
trying to say we can't have boundaries? Like we can't be friends staying under the same roof? As in, okay, regardless of the gender, you're female, I'm male. Can't
Well,
we,
I feel like it can happen, but not consistently, like not on a daily.
Yeah.
Maybe if my friend is stranded somewhere in
I
town,
think
I
actually-
can come and I give them where to sleep.
Actually,
One night.
for very many reasons, we may
for
not
one night,
go
not a
into.
night stand.
For very
No,
many
for just
reasons,
a
we may
night.
not go into. I think all of us, to some extent, are in some like a platonic relationship where you're like, this person,
Your
you're your
friends,
friend,
true.
your friends, but it doesn't get sexual.
But
Of course, once like
according to
depending on
whatever
the
is
closeness, public and everyone, society, social media will seem like you guys are dating you, but
You
then
see-
it's nothing.
you see,
like
away
that.
from social media,
Mm.
considering the campus environment and life, I really find it hard to have such a relationship. As in, you're sharing a room
Mm.
with you, first day, second day, third day,
Of course, that's difficult. That's hard.
A week.
It doesn't get that.
2 weeks, a month.
Yeah, that is now really
Something within then happens. I mean,
anything that's more than a day or like 2 days, 3 days becomes a consistent.
No.
pattern. A week.
I have a feeling if someone is coming to you
You see also
and they have to spend a night there, then I doubt it's going to.
You see also finds it
whose
weird.
bed are they going to be into? It's really
We can share that.
No, I
We have
really.
friends that
You can share.
That's beyond the line. That's beyond the line. So they just have to come and everything must be strictly professional. Your friends, your maybe discussants, your classmates. And it takes me back to, I think it was like a post or tweet I was seeing someone was saying, most of the problems we always have in relationships come from our failure to define the kind of relationships we have with people. Because it is very normal for us to be just classmates.
Yeah.
It is very normal for us to just be college mates.
Yeah.
We don't have to say that. It doesn't have to be something that we have to ask ourselves about. You know, you're imagining what is it between me and this person. You know, so the person is just your classmate, but you want to impose, and the other one also wants to impose. So when you spend a day without calling them, or when they disappoint you in one or another, you think they're supposed to pay you some allegiance or what, and they fail to,
And
you're disappointed.
And I actually also
Because
think,
you misconceived
you see, we are men. I think sometimes they're also weak. Like we also break sometimes. As in, we are not kings. We are not this. I mean, it's always the ladies that should really always set the boundaries. As in, a man is to set the pace, to start the game. So if you really don't define our boundaries, it is very easy for a man to come in for a relationship rather than a friend.
Actually, I really think it happens normally the other way around. It's the ladies who assume relationships.
Really?
They assume that they're in relationships with men.
I
who are
don't.
not
I
in
don't.
relationships.
No. Actually, what this guy is saying, I'm trying to reconcile what the two of you have said. And my takeaway is like this. He's trying to say that in most cases, men will approach you, you know?
Because
And maybe it is up to the lady to define what it is going to be like.
Exactly.
So because he's
friends.
trying to say that if I am Paul and I approach you and I say, how are you doing? You must know that amongst all the 100 people in our class, I'm not just decided to approach you because I want to know how you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something that I'm interested in about you.
And it doesn't
And for them, they
happen
actually think it should just flow. As in, okay, you are Paul. Let it just be.
Let's just be
Yeah,
honest.
true.
And
But I also feel like there's some good gestures we do which are misconceived. Yeah. Because if I talk to you and maybe call you and like, how are you doing? Maybe how was your day? You may easily misconceive it.
Owen, you're trying to say you'll be calling someone and asking them how their day is.
I'll call a friend.
And
So, Owen, you want to
I
say
really don't see
you
how.
have
I don't see.
girlfriends you call on a daily
No,
to ask one.
No.
They are not. He's saying they're just
But
friends.
I'm saying that some gestures we do, just good gestures, which can easily be misconceived.
And there's no
an
blood
approach.
relationship.
And
There's no
yeah,
blood
true.
relationship. You just know them.
That's now
She's
we'll go
just
back
your
to the
classmate.
point of the platonic relationship. Yeah, I can call a friend, maybe to check on them, how they're doing. When I have no intention of approaching
I'm a
them.
person who believes that can happen.
Yeah.
But that can only happen so well if it is defined from the beginning.
yeah, exactly.
Say if we say like if she calls you bro and
Bro code,
fine with it, you're my bro.
You see,
bro
bro code is a
we just-
whatever fair signal. As in,
Yeah.
you just from day one, I'm a bro.
Yeah, so
bro.
from the beginning, there's never been any strings and what.
So, yeah,
But then
so she thinks
if-
even though your brother
if you're giving this
sister-
care,
it's just a
and your
code.
intentions are not defined, then of course everyone, even you yourself, even the entire people, is so right to be able to like misconceive it to be, something.